Hi Cancer, welcome to January 2020 and Happy New Year. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in your sign on January 10th. Then Uranus moves direct in Taurus on the 11th. And then we have Saturn and Pluto coming together on the 12th in Capricorn, and that'll be in your relationship sector. So this should be a very powerful month for Cancer and relationships. So let's see what the cards say, and we'll get into the astrology later. What does Cancer need to know about love and relationships for the month of January 2020? What is coming up for Cancer this month? January 2020. What does Cancer need to know about love and relationships? Okay. May only the highest forces be present to ensure. Six of Cups. The Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, the World, the Queen of Swords, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Okay, so Six of Cups, you start the month off. Six of Cups is about connecting with someone from the past. You may be having a reunion with people that you once knew from the past, might be coming back into your life in January. The Six of Cups also, it can mean different things. Mostly it means greater harmony. You're on the road to greater harmony in your life. And you're moving into a better scene. You may have you may still be in the process of cutting things out that were no longer working, or healing from relationships that didn't work out, because I'm seeing the Three of Swords here. This is like a cutting away. Severing ties with certain people, but also reestablishing ties with people that you may have been disconnected from for a while. The Six of Cups is about healing from the past, learning from the past, and using that knowledge, carrying that knowledge from the past into the future. So like you've learned certain lessons and you know now what you need to do to make the future better. And you're on a path with the Eight of Pentacles here. You could be in a new relationship or at the very beginning stages of a relationship. There could also be some career changes where you're taking a different direction with your career. Because the Eight of Pentacles, this is the card of the apprentice or someone who's working at something. You're at the beginning stages. So it's under development. It's not, in its fullness yet, but it's like the seed. It's the beginning. And if anything, whatever if you're connecting with someone in a romantic sense, this can sometimes mean what's crossing it is that you're busy working, and so that might interfere with connecting. The Hermit card is in the past. So you've been doing a lot of soul searching, and you've been kind of pulled back from socializing. You've been kind of spending a lot of time alone in the past. The Hermit is like, the Hermit comes up when you feel like you need to take time out. And you need to reevaluate your life and think about what direction you're going in and what's right for you. So you've been doing a lot of thinking, a lot of soul searching. And the World card here, this is about ending a cycle. So a cycle has ended in your life. Something has come to completion, especially around the full moon in Cancer. Something may be culminating, something may be completing. So in some cases that could be the end of a work project or the end of a relationship, and then you take it to the next level. So it doesn't mean that you're going to break up. For some of you, because this is a general reading, so it can play out in different ways. For some of you, you might be completing something successfully, because the world is usually a successful completion, where everything seems to be falling into place, everything is working out. Something that took up a lot of your time has ended, and now you're ready to start a new cycle, or you're ready to move up to another level. So this could be in career. You might be getting a promotion, or you might be changing jobs where you're now working in a new area. In a relationship, it could mean that one cycle has ended in your life, and now you're preparing for the next stage. You've done a lot of thinking. You may have taken time out to listen to your own inner voice, or to seek advice or guidance from others before you make any moves in your life. But you're ready for a beginning, because you have this Eight of Pentacles here. And things are getting brighter with the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups means greater harmony. Means harmony, moving into a better environment. It's like you're finding yourself again, or you're connecting with people that feel familiar to you. Now, coming up in the future, you have this Queen of Swords and the Three of Swords. The Queen of Swords can be someone who's older. So it could be an older person in your life. If you're involved in a relationship, there could be an age difference. Or it could be an authority figure that you feel is a little bit harsh. Because the Queen of Swords energy is someone who is, she's very strict, kind of judgmental, kind of critical, but she tries to be fair. She uses logic to make decisions. So you could be dealing with someone who could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, what's the other one, Aquarius. But the Queen of Swords can also be you. Like you've been through a lot, and it seems like you're protecting yourself. With the Queen of Swords energy, sometimes the Queen of Swords has been through a lot of sorrow, has suffered losses, and so she has built a wall around herself to keep people away, to keep sorrow away. It's like, I don't need anyone. You're being very independent. And you're kind of keeping, building a wall to prevent yourself from getting close to other people. It's because of everything that you've been through. And the Three of Swords, there's a heartache connected with this Queen of Swords. So either you might have a falling out with someone that represents the Queen of Swords, or a relationship could be breaking up and you're thinking of moving on to something new, something different. Or you just might be deciding, certain things in my life are not working, I'm going to cut them out. And so that I can move on to a better life and a better environment. So you might be cutting some friends or family out of your life that have been draining you, that have not been good for you. With the Eight of Swords here, this is a card of feeling trapped, feeling stuck. So you might be in a situation that you really don't want to be in, but you don't know how to get out of. You feel like your options are limited, and you're afraid to move out of your situation. The Three of Swords also, before I move on, sometimes it can mean minor surgery. So there could be someone in your family that needs minor surgery. Nothing to worry about. The worst case scenario is the breakup of a relationship. The best case scenario, just cutting away things that no longer serve you. Or having minor surgery. But I feel like with this Eight of Swords that freedom is coming. Because you have two eights in the reading. The eights represent power. But the Eight of Swords is power that's restricted. So you feel like you can't, whatever situation you're finding yourself in January, you feel like you can't make the changes or the moves that you want to make. partly because of fear, partly because maybe other people are blocking your progress. Maybe you're just afraid to take that step onto the new level, onto the new path. So it's something that you're going to have to figure out in January. Now there's the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles here. You might be concerned about security. And some of you might be deciding there might be more than one option for you. There's actually 3 queens here. So if you have any kind of romantic possibilities, there could be more than one option. An air sign, an earth sign, a water sign. You yourself might be feeling very sensitive, very intuitive. You're trying to make a decision, trying to be compassionate. But you want to make sure that you're not getting paranoid in January. Sometimes the Queen of Cups energy, if this represents you, surrounded by all these swords, don't get stuck in negative thinking in January, where you feel like everyone's against you, because that's not the case. But you are going to be seeing the truth about certain relationships and deciding what to keep and what to let go, what to cut out. And so that could bring, when you start a new path or a new beginning, there's always sorrow connected with the people that you're leaving behind. So if you're cutting anything out of your life, people, places, things, relationships, there may be a sense of sorrow or loss, even if you know that it's necessary. In your wish fulfillment sector, you have this Queen of Pentacles. This could be someone that you're interested in, forming a relationship. Or you could be considering your talents, trying to make something, create some career path that offers more financial security. Because like the Queen she's looking at the Pentacles, so she's concerned with money or concerned with security. And that's what you're looking for in a relationship in January. Now, the High Priestess is the outcome. And so that means that things are going on behind the scenes, things that you may not even know. But when the High Priestess comes out as an outcome card, it usually means that there will be a positive outcome that you may not be able to see until it's ready to be revealed. So there could be things happening that either you have to keep hidden, or you're hiding your feelings from someone, or you just have to know that trust the universe, that you're moving in the right path, that things are going to work out in the right way. I mean, you've got great cards. The World and the High Priestess are good cards. You just have to trust your gut in January. Trust your intuition, because you may not see everything that's happening. You may not be aware of what's going on behind the scenes. There might be some hidden information that you have to kind of flesh out. But know that the end outcome will be positive. So if you have an opportunity to take a new path in January, don't let fear hold you back. Use your intuition, and if it feels right on the inside in your gut, then go for it. It's time to heal, it's time to release, it's time to move on to the new cycle. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So for you, you're having a full moon in Cancer in your first house, and you have a heavy stacked 7th house with all this Capricorn energy, the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Pluto. So you're really having, you're learning lessons about relationships in January, especially you have been with all this Capricorn energy. Pluto is transforming your relationships. Saturn is teaching you lessons that, what you have to do, what your responsibilities are in terms of relationship, what obligations you must fulfill. Mercury is helping you to think realistically and communicate clearly in relationships, not just romantic, but also business, because the 7th house rules romantic, like marriage. It rules committed partnerships, and that could be business or personal. So you're seeing the truth in most of your relationships, and so when you do that, sometimes you may see certain truths that you don't want to see, or you don't want to accept. But if you can accept, it's going to help you to know what to cut out and what to keep. So you're going to be doing that. I think with this Three of Swords, you're going to be splitting, the wheat from the chaff. You're going to be trying to distinguish who in my life, has value as a partner, with either business or personal, and who in my life is just wasting my time or draining my energy. And you're going to cut out what's no longer serving you. Especially when Saturn and Pluto come together. Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn are telling you that you can't keep repeating the same pattern. It's like something has to give. Something has to get change. You have to try something new. If something's not working, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different outcome. So Saturn's telling you have to step up to the plate. You have to commit. You have to know what you want and not be afraid of doing the work. But the reward will be great. And Pluto is transforming you. It's wanting you. It'll destroy any relationship that's not authentic, that you've been just in for the wrong reasons. Because Pluto wants you to be real. Pluto wants you to go deep and to connect with someone on a deep level. So it's going to transform the way you relate to other people. So depending on if you're in a great relationship and you guys are like soulmates, and Pluto is only going to help you to go deeper. If you're in a relationship that's not the best for you, Pluto might cause it to end, or some truth will come out, or something that will help you. Like if you're feeling oppressed in a relationship, it's going to get to unbearable. It's going to get to a point of unbearable pressure, where you're going to feel like, I've got to make a change. I've got to do something because I just can't take this anymore. There could be power struggles when Pluto's in the 7th house. And with Saturn, Saturn's a wake-up call. Saturn's telling you got to do the work. You got to, you might be with a partner that's kind of a killjoy, or someone who's who acts like your parent instead of your lover, or someone who's of an age difference. Mars is going through your 6th house at this full moon, so you're going to be working really hard. When Mars is in your 6th house, you have a tendency to be a workaholic. You're just really working and slaving away for people, sacrificing a lot. Sometimes, though, the 6th house is the house of health. With Mars going through the 6th house, there could be some of you might be having to have some surgery. But not to worry, it's not life-threatening or anything. It's just a minor thing. Something that needs to be cut out, and so you can get back on track with your health. Now, Uranus is making an interesting aspect, a trine to Jupiter in your 7th house. Jupiter just moved into your 7th house. So Jupiter's bringing you opportunity. So if you've been feeling that, oh, my relationships are so heavy, I just feel so oppressed, Jupiter can bring a ray of hope. So if you've broken up with someone, Jupiter can help you to meet someone new. If you decide, I've got to get out of this relationship, Jupiter is bringing you opportunity to meet someone that could be really good for you. That's someone that's very optimistic, that can bring joy back into your life. So you might have been doing a lot of work trying to maintain a relationship and not getting enough nurturing in return. It could have been a one-sided thing, especially all this energy in Capricorn in the 7th house, and then what about Cancer in the 1st house? It's just, so you're feeling with this full moon, you might be feeling kind of emotional around this full moon, because the moon in your 1st house, you can't hide your feelings. You're wearing your feelings. Anyone could look at you and just know how you feel. And that's okay. If you need to be nurtured, if you need to know that people love you, it's okay to ask for love and look for relationships that value who you are, that make you feel nurtured. It's time, if you're the type of person that you've been giving to everyone and not getting anything back, it's time to make that change. Because Saturn and Pluto are not going to allow you to continue. They want you to live in your best, they want your relationships to be authentic and real. So, and Uranus can help you. Uranus is in the 11th house, so it can help you to achieve a goal or a dream. Suddenly, out of the blue, you're going to have opportunity to have something that you've always wanted, that you've always dreamed of. Uranus in the 11th can also bring changes in your friendships or the groups that you belong to. Maybe you just want to be with more free-spirited people. You're tired of the same old, same old. If you've been with a conservative group of friends, you may want to break out. Now, in the new moon is in Aquarius on the 24th. That's going to be in your 8th house. So that has to do with your partner's money, some type of inheritance. So there could be money coming in, or a new beginning, a new way of gaining funding or financial support from others. Venus and Neptune are in your 9th house. So you could be, if you're starting a romance, a new relationship, could be with someone very different from you. Someone that challenges your ideas and beliefs. And shows you a new type of spirituality. Because Neptune, or you could even be doing something creative. But whatever you're doing, it's going to be a paradigm shift. You're going to really learn new things. And it will open you up to new ideas and new ways of spirituality, new ways of loving. Neptune in the 9th house is also making you more intuitive. So trust your feelings. If you're getting a feeling about something, go with that. Jupiter, when it enters the 7th, it really helps you. It gives you an opportunity to form a really good partnership. So if you haven't had a lot of luck in partnerships over the past couple of years, Jupiter is your ray of hope. And Mars is still in your 6th. Mercury's in the 8th. It's really time now with this new moon to talk about the things that you really try to sweep under the rug, to really change your way of thinking. What is it? And think about, what's blocking me from intimacy? What have I been doing to prevent bonding with someone on a deep level? Mercury also in the 8th can involve contracts. So you could be signing some type of contract for some type of financial support. It could be a loan. It could be some type of inheritance. Like I said, some type of winning. Maybe you're winning some kind of game, lottery. It's a good time to sign contracts when Mercury is favored. And so Mars is sextile Mercury at this new moon. Mars being in your 6th house, Mercury in your 8th house. So something could be happening at the job where you're feeling more supported. So maybe you're getting rewarded for the hard work if you're working. Or you're setting up some type of financial plan for your future. And you might be signing some contracts around that. But really, in January, it's time to seek out relationships that can bring love and nurturing to your life and are not just based on, what another person can do for you. It should be more of a give and take, where you're nurturing someone, you're giving to someone, but they're also giving back. So if you're in a relationship and you feel like you're not getting enough, this is the month to make changes. And I think you'll be happy connecting with some people from the past. This can bring joy back into your life. Your life is definitely moving. Once you accept that a certain cycle is over, and you really figure out what it is you really want and really put some energy toward getting it, you can take baby steps. You don't have to rush into anything. But your life is going to be, you're in transition. Your relationships are changing. And when you come out of this period, you're going to be in a more solid place in terms of partnership. So that's my reading, Cancer, for January. I hope this reading was a help to you. If you'd like a private reading, just click on the link in the description box and we'll get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you to everyone who has supported this channel by liking, by subscribing, by sharing, by commenting, and especially those who have ordered readings. I've really been happy to work with you. And I love you all, and I wish you only the best for the coming year. And I hope you have much success and abundance and love in 2020. So I hope this reading resonated with you. I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.